then you ask yourself, can I live with that for the day? I think I can. Okay. So, we'll see how that product does. Let's go ahead and start with our contouring kit. Again, this is the Maybelline Master Contour. And we are going to use the contour color with a powder contour brush from Chanel. I know, drugstore, highest end department store. Okay, I don't know why I did it, but anyway, so also this is such a huge brush, it's going to be kind of hard to get in this little thing. It comes with this little teensy weensy brush, which I'm kind of going, really? Should I try it? Should I try to go ahead and use this silly little brush? I don't think it's good for contouring, but I'm going to give it a try. Oh, that's not a thing. I bet my husband, who's in the room, is here to tell me that there's all kinds of seafood from the big green egg that he has made. Okay, do not use this brush. It's ridiculous. I got my Chanel. All right, so let's go. Yeah, okay, did you see? I just went to look for a mirror, and what I see, my little fingers peeking through. Boo-boo. Boo-boo, Maybelline. Already don't like you. Mm-mm. So that means I have to find another mirror, which, of course, because I'm so prepared, I have done. Okay, let's see. How natural is this? Does it look muddy? Does it look ruddy? Does it look like it could be your buddy? How's it look? Does it look natural? Does it look beautiful? Oh, did y'all hear my little husband over there? He said, of course. He wants to hurry up and eat. Okay, so I am going over. This is supposed to be contouring, not bronzing. So I am doing, I'm going to use the butt end of this first because I think it does better when you do that. So I will be like coming down, swooshing, and then I will be going back up. And what that motion does is kind of blend out that line. But you don't want to go below here. You want that to be real white. My husband always goes, you got a line. I'm like, I meant to. Okay, that's your cut in right there. But you can use the brush, again, use the butt end when you're coming down on it, and then when you go back and forth, it kind of blends that back out. And again, I'm going up on the hairline, especially on the temples either side. Now here's where this could come in handy if you're a big nose person. Okay, that was a pun. Where's my drummer? Okay, thank you. You could use this to contour your nose. So remember, come really far in if you are going to contour your big old nose. Okay, I have a big old nose, so I can say that. All right, so you have to, if you do it out here, it's defeating the purpose. You want this to be a very white line. That's the whole point. I'll be there in just a moment, darling. Everybody knows my videos are short. Just they have 400 parts. 400 parts of videos, okay? So, I don't know how much that helped, but we're going, I will say this is good for that. So we actually could use this. Remember what else I said I was going to do? I'm going to use this contour color as a shadow. Okay, let's try it. And this brush would be good for that because we can just go right in the crease and blend it out with this little brush. Okay, this brush is just so synthetic. It's not very malleable. It was a college word. I think that's what that means. Let's get the bangsies out of the way. Again, we're going in the crease with this contour brush. That's so funny that they would give this to you. And it's so wrong for what it's in there for. I mean, like, don't even put anything in. Or either put one in that's a little bigger, like a blush brush, because this is just definitely no. Okay, but it did okay for, not really, for what I'm using it for. Oh, it's just terrible. Actually, it's just awful. Okay, and honestly, so much color came right back off it. I'm going into the highlight color, and I'm going to use that for my highlighter up here, which that is what you use highlighter for, is your brow bone. I could even, this is so small, you guys, I can use this for the inner corner and the lid. Isn't that something? Maybe that's what they meant it for. Okay, there's hairs in there. And how could that be? Right? I mean, how could that be? Because my doggies haven't even been around this palette. So that means whatever those hairs were, or fuzzes were, they weren't from this house. Ew. Okay. I mean, it's alright. But after all this, that's not what this is for. But it actually serves this purpose better than the cheeks. Right? And we can now use this as a highlighter. So we're going to come down right here between the eyebrows down to the end of the nose, right there. That's all you do. And it's supposed to make you look absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to blend that out right there because that looks stupid. But don't go any wider on the nose. Because highlighter, what? It highlights. Okay, and we're going to do a right around, right below. For you ladies that are older, you don't ever go right in the crow's feet. Go right past them. Like the crow's feet are right there. So you're going to go there. You don't want to highlight your crow's feet. If you're younger and you don't have any, that's not the issue. But when you're older, you don't want to highlight that area. You can still highlight though, and it does brighten it up. This is an interesting highlighting product, I will tell you. And this is a terrible brush for this. I'm having a real hard time getting it to move. Okay, and we're going to do our Cupid's bow. See those two little muscles? That's what you want to get too. Not just the top of the bow. But you got to blend that out or it looks kind of like, oh, bless her heart, she has a little white mustache. Alright, so again, we're going to come right down past the crow's feet to the right there on the cheek. I do go ahead and come further in than some people do. Because I feel like once you do your blush, it really kind of tones that down. But, gosh, this is a really hard brush to work with. Complain, complain, complain. But you do want it to kind of look like your cheeks are sparkling a little bit. So that's why I come in a little bit. Don't come all the way in. And since I don't have good control on this brush, I kind of feel like it just did. And then just right here, the top of your chin. Don't go any further than that. Because if you highlight this and you got a big chin, it just makes it look awful. And you don't want to get under your lip. You want that to be darker. Matter of fact, I'll show you a little trick. Oh, and I am going to go ahead and do another trick all the way back to your ear. Do a little highlight back there and look how it raised. It gives you a little facelift. Get right back here. See right there? Just kind of brush that back. And look how it just lifts that. It kind of highlights the contour without highlighting it. Okay. Now, I am definitely going to, well, two things. I'm going to use this same little brush since it doesn't really hold on much product. But we didn't end up using the Adorable palette, so that's good. We went ahead and just used this one, but I'm probably going to use it, y'all. Oops, sorry. Because I just don't like this light of a look, even for daytime. But for most of you, this would be a great palette. If you have your brushes, not this brush. I mean, those of you who go, hey, I could use that brush, then fine. You're a better man than me. Better woman. This isn't like, if you had nothing else, this would work. But like, what if I want to contour under here, right? Which I definitely would. But this, again, this would be good for going right under your lip. Now look what happens. Go right there, okay? So just do that. And what that does, just right, that one little inch right there, makes your lip, now definitely blend that out so you don't look like you you spilled some of your chocolate milk. And if you go into this highlighted area, actually that blended okay. It just makes that area recess, and so it makes your lip a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I am going to contour the end of my nose because mine is rather large. Okay? And we use what's left over there just back in there and right up in there because I have a scar that sometimes shines. This isn't terrible. We haven't even done the blush, y'all. Alright, so I'm going back into the contour because I do contour under here because I have what some people call, I don't know. Because I know girls that have this that are young, y'all. They've got jowls. And so it's just this hanging skin underneath, or it can be muscle. It doesn't have to be that. And I am going to try to recess that a little. Alright, so now we're going to use the blush. I have no idea where I am on time. So I'm just going to keep going and have parts 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. A couple of my subbies have said don't try to edit them together because I did and made long videos for playing with me and stuff. They said I actually liked it when you had parts because I feel like I'd accomplished something by getting to part 4. Okay, can I tell you this lip gloss feels tight? And like this lip, all day lip stuff, it feels like I need lip gloss. So I'm going to put lip gloss on it. Let's stop for a minute. I've got my little Rimmel over here. This is like a couple of bucks, and you can get, the drugstore is Rimmel Stay Glossy, and this is just a clear coat. right? Lucy de la Labra. I don't know if that's a name or a country. So, anyway, I'm going to put this on top of this, and here's two things it could do. It could gloss it just fine, which it is. But what it might do is take it off. A lot of petroleums take off the all-day stay-ons. So, we'll see how it does. If it just starts bleeding in the pimento cheese area, you know it is taking it off because it's kind of bleeding down. Okay, so now I'm taking the number 2 blush of this palette we've been working with and my new Chanel blush. And I have rinsed it. You never want to use it right as you get it. Some people do a full washing. I don't do that. But you don't want to use it straight from the factory or whatever because you never know where it's been. And I think there's something on it that kind of protects it that will not let the product get in. So lots of reasons to wash it. First of all, I am going to just go back and up. Back and up. Because of the shape of this brush, I'm not going in circular motion. I don't think it would work because it's almost like a paddle instead of a round brush. So I'm going right where the apples of the cheeks are, and I'm going in downward motions and up. When I say down, I mean brushing down, but I'm going up. Stay above the bronzer line. And sometimes I do dust off, especially if I've just been to the beach, the bridge of my nose, even if I got highlighter on. And I also do the bottom of my chin. Right where the sun would hit if I've gotten some sun. And I always go out a little to these little jowly things I was talking to you about and under. And I do need some on the, again, because I've just been to the beach, I'm going to be a little further in than the temple. And maybe even a brush across the front of it, of my forehead, just to give it a little bit of a sunny look. So that's that for now.